12% of U.S. high school seniors are proficient in the legacy of America's past.
Who are those two people?
From the Love Boat?
From the Love Boat?
Yeah.
Recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
What is the First Amendment?
No cheating on your wife.
Don't cheat on your wife.
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education works such as South Africa and Iraq, everywhere like such as, and I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa, it should help the Iraq and the
Roe v. Wade, what does V stand for?
All clear at Lyin with false alarm. Got that, Atlanta? Standing down now. I'm gonna go get my hamburger and my coffee.
If your email inbox is out of control and you've given up sorting it out, a Baltimore company thinks it has a solution for you. Could this be the end of email overload?
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 Could this be the end of your email overload?
Could this be the end of email overload?
Could this be the end of email overload?
Could this be the end of email overload?
Could this be
But even under the new Common Core, even if they said 3 times 4 was 11, if they were able to explain their reasoning and explain how they came up with their answer really in words and in oral explanations, and they showed it in the picture, but they just got the final number wrong, we're really more focusing on the how.
Any people paid by the CIA who are working for television networks.
This, I think, gets into the kind of getting into the details, Chairman, that I'd like.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society.
We must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
I see blood on the horizon. I know something is wrong. I see bodies on the river. They'll take me before too long. Everybody shaking. I see boots on the ground. I hear too many bones are breaking. Something
not kid about it. We're building a domestic army and we're shrinking the military because the government is afraid of its own citizens.
Ever since the world began, one thing was all too true. There was a cancer in the land that wants to bury me and you. They grabbed all the wealth and bought themselves a throne and cracked an evil whip like the world has never known. But the centuries passed and the people said no more, and liberty at last came to even up the score. An idea grew and its time had finally come. Liberty and justice had its day in the sun.
We got the solutions for problems we create. We'll take the confusions and wipe them off your plate. You'd never believe that, you couldn't conceive that. From presidents down to clerks, just one of the perks. We get to control you, 'cause this is how the game works.
One fine day in a new and fertile land, a group of patriots were brave enough to take a stand. They put forth an idea that raised us to new heights, that the country serves man and man has got his rights. Now 200 years have passed and this freedom served them well, but the cancer never left. They devised a plan from hell, just like a game of dominoes falling to the ground. The only way to win, bring America down.
We got the solutions for problems we create. We'll take the confusions and wipe them off your plate. You'd never believe that, you couldn't conceive that. From presidents down to clerks, just one of the perks. We get to control you, 'cause this is how the game works. Save us from a world that's torn apart.
people willing to obey and happily give all their rights away. You've got to convince them that they're under attack, killing thousands of your own, and blame it on a maniac. They'll beg you to save them, their rights you can waive them, convince them all their danger lurks. Just one of those perks, they get to control you, 'cause this is how the game works. Save us from a world that's torn apart. We'll give you all our money, we'll give to you our hearts. If liberty and freedom is the price we have to pay, it's worth it just to see our children live another day. So save us. Save us.
Will you tell the American people to whom you lent $2.2 trillion of their dollars?
Save us.
No.
Right now, the question is, do we all work for central bankers? That's what I want to address to our guest tonight. Is this global governance at last? Is it one world, the central bankers in charge?
And those people who have been yelling, oh, the UN's going to take over global
conspiracy theorists.
They've been crazy, but now they're right.
Sustainable development has become the popularized expression for Agenda 21.
It is the agenda for the 21st century you're living in today. For a brave new world where everything that you cherished and held true will no longer exist.
Generally, more highly educated people who have higher incomes consume more resources than poorly educated people who tend to have lower incomes. In this case, more education increases the threat to sustainability.
When I was just a kid and the land was free, we owned a very lovely piece of property. We worked all day getting up at dawn, planted taters, tomatoes, and a mile of corn. Now sustainable planning came to our town. They say they're gonna have to tear our houses down. The climate's changed and it's all our fault. This living off the land's gotta come to a halt. Freedom's on the run, high-rise building blacking out the sun. Packed like sheep till day is done. Now we got Agenda 21. They say we humans gonna ruin the earth. They offer a solution for what it's worth. Tax us all for the air that we breathe. Kill us slowly so we never conceive. Freedom's on the run, high-rise building blacking out the sun. Packed like sheep till day is done. Now we got Agenda 21. Freedom's on the run, high-rise building blacking out the sun. Packed like sheep till day is done. Now we got Agenda 21.
God bless the United Nations, protecting and defending all the populations. A few good men making all our regulations. You never were elected, so you have no limitations. We'll put all our faith in your many proclamations. We know you know what's best for the future generations. So God bless the United Nations.
They say we are the problem, private homes and cars. If we made the climate change, why'd it change on Mars? I was a citizen of the USA till the president signed all my rights away. Now we live like cattle and the land is still free, free of all the humans like you and me. Freedom's on the run, high-rise building blacking out the sun. Packed like sheep till day is done. Now we got Agenda 21. Freedom's on the run, high-rise building blacking out the sun. Packed like sheep till day is done. Now we got Agenda 21. Freedom's on the run, high-rise building blacking out the sun. Packed like sheep till day is done. Now we got Agenda 21. Politicians come and go, the smell is in the air. Whether right or left, the wind may blow, there's one thing they all share. They're lying, they're lying. It's so easy that they're not even trying. They say whatever fits the mood, words fall in their lap. The news is just a snooze away, they're getting paid to nap. They might as well just tell the truth, 'cause no one gives a crap. They're lying, there's really no denying they're lying. There's no denying they're lying. Johnson told us to our face, North Vietnam attacked, that our ship was sitting peacefully and only fired back. His lie cost 50,000 of our troops, and that's a fact. He got his way when Kennedy was whacked. He's lying, he's lying. He didn't care that thousands were dying. The country never wanted to be in another war. The papers fed us lies about what we were fighting for. We'll have to stop them now or we'll have commies on our shore. He's lying, there's really no denying he's lying. Yeah, there's no denying he's lying. Bill Clinton lied while under oath, but never went to jail. And how we laughed when he said he never did inhale. All those witnesses and bodyguards didn't live to tell the tale. A great deceiver never leaves a trail. He's lying. He's lying. This one they caught while he's testifying. We watched with horror as he squirmed. His story lost its fizz. He made us smile when he asked what the meaning of is. He might have pulled it off if not for presidential jizz. He's lying. There's no denying he's lying. Yeah, there's no denying he's lying. Well, when W said Saddam Hussein had secrets to disclose, had bugs and bombs and boogeymen hidden in his clothes, he said it might be nuclear, but history still shows thousands died for causes no one knows. He's lying. He's lying. We went to war and now look who's crying. 200,000 innocents are lying in their grave. Now torture has been legalized. The flag has lost its wave. They justify the killing due to all the lives they save. He's lying. There's really no denying he's lying. There's really no denying he's lying. Well, well. Oh, the publicist denies it. Obama swore an oath to God, our freedoms to defend. He must have had his fingers crossed, playing let's pretend. He took away our right to trial, could kill us all instead. The simple truth is the Bill of Rights is dead. He's lying. He's lying. He gave us change and there's no denying. He said he'd be transparent, make the government atone, then hires a bunch of communists to spy on us with drones. But everyone's so happy cause they got their own free phone. He's lying. There's no denying he's lying. Yeah. There's no denying he's lying.
Our intelligence and law enforcement agencies with the tools they need to track and take out the terrorists without undermining our Constitution and our freedom. That means no more illegal wiretapping of American citizens. No more national security letters to spy on citizens who are not suspected of a crime. No more tracking citizens who do nothing more than protest a misguided war. No more ignoring the law when it is inconvenient. That is not who we are. And it's not what is necessary to defeat the terrorists. The FISA court works. The separation of powers works. Our Constitution works. We will again set an example for the world that the law is not subject to the whims of stubborn rulers and that justice is not arbitrary.
security at home now, and questions about whether the CIA could spy on people through their refrigerators.
This not only records your mileage, it records where you go, it records how long you're there, it records how long you idle, it records your miles per gallon, it records whether or not you stopped at a stoplight.
Does the NSA collect any type of data at all on millions or hundreds of millions of Americans?
No, sir. A red line for us is we start seeing a whole bunch of chemical weapons moving around or being utilized.
And the whole agenda is to create a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money is to be in those chips, right? There'll be no more cash. And this is getting me straight from Rockefeller himself. This is what they want to accomplish. So instead of having cash, anytime you have money in your chip, they can take out whatever they want to take out whenever they want to. If they say you owe us this much money in taxes, they just deduct it out of your chip digitally.
Total control.
Total control. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip. And you have nothing. You can't buy food. You can't do anything. It's total control of the people.
There's something in the air that's going round. It's building like a fire out of control. And there's poison in the sea and in the ground. And it won't be long before the final toll. And the sun is growing dimmer every day. There's a haze upon the earth and in my soul. It's so easy to be fooled and lose your way. And you're never going to find a darker hole. Covers up the truth and makes me angry. And I got to stand and fight because there's nowhere else to go. And it grabs me by the heart and says there's nothing you can do. Go back to sleep. There's a darkness when they got your soul to keep. Feel there's a darkness when they got your soul to keep.
How many fingers am I holding out? Oh. And if the state says not 4, but 5, how many?
And the obvious gets clearer every day as we wake into the form of their deceit. And the darkness in the air will fade away, and one day we'll be marching in the street.
And I only want a life that makes me happy, to live in peace and harmony and reap what I have sown. See my children smile at me and know that they are safe when they're asleep. But there's a darkness when they got your soul to keep.
There's a darkness when they've got your soul to keep. There's a darkness when they've got your soul to keep. There's a darkness when they've got your soul to keep.
Well, when the president does it, that means that it is not illegal.
By definition.
Exactly.
Betrayed, all I ever wanted was some happiness. All I ever wanted was a place to rest. What's a man to do when he's been betrayed? Always there to help me when I need a friend, someone I can count on till the very end. How was I to know I'd be betrayed? I should have seen it in your eyes. All of my friends, they told me I should stay away, but all of your lies, I thought you might have changed. Betrayed.
Herbert Walker Bush, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully.
I, William Jefferson Clinton, do solemnly swear.
I, George Walker Bush, that I will faithfully do solemnly swear.
I, Barack Hussein Obama, solemnly swear. Execute the office of President of the United States faithfully. I will execute.
Do you solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic? That you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same? That you take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion? That you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of your office on which you are about to enter, so help you God.
Until the wonderful people like us introduced vaccinations to Africa, the African children basically were autism free.
Multiple overseas media outlets have reported on the fact that polio vaccines linked to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and his Gavi Alliance have on record caused nearly 48,000 children in India to suffer neurological damage and become permanently paralyzed. Most recently, over 50 African children from Chad also began convulsing after receiving a Gates Foundation-funded meningitis vaccine.
We believe unbelievable progress can be made, both inventing new vaccines and making sure they get out to all the children who need them.
Mercury-containing vaccines may help, not harm kids, according to 2 new studies in the journal Pediatrics. There have been widespread concerns that mercury-based preservatives in vaccines might impair the neurological development of children. These new studies suggest that the opposite, that the preservatives may actually be associated with improved behavior and mental performance.
I sit in darkness and I watch my daughter sleep. My beating heart's the only sound. She is so good and kind. She's always on my mind. The only moments that I keep. She hasn't looked at me or heard a word I said. The flame of life's no longer there. I'd give up everything if I could hear her sing. If God would take my life instead. She was a healthy child. She sang and danced and smiled. She called me Daddy till that day. I'm all I have to blame. The outcome's all the same. Though she's so close, she's far away. I had some doubts about the science they proclaim. They reassured me it's the law. They said they know what's right. I shouldn't try to fight. I can't ignore that fatal flaw. I told him that we'd better come another day. I had to ease what's on my mind. He wouldn't hear of it, nothing to fear from it. He said, can I afford to be so blind? I said we had to go. He said that I should know. He only had to make one call. He said I was unfit, my daughter needed it. They'd take my child and that was all. I sit in darkness and I watch my daughter sleep.
when something evil came a creeping. Now it's hard to know exactly who to trust. It was 1913 on a Christmas Day. Congress gave away its right to create cash. Now your money's only worth just what the bankers say, and you can lose your only shirt in just a flash. You see, the Federal Reserve is not a government thing. It's a bunch of private bankers we obey. And they don't answer to the people cause they pull the strings. And that's precisely why we have to say, hey, 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 fuck the Fed. Now, not too long ago, there was a president who tried. He was about to stick it to the lousy Fed. He made some legal tender, silver-backed in all its splendor. It's unfortunate he ended up dead. Clinton, Bush, Barack Obama, Carter, Reagan, and McCain. We argue who's the best until we drop. But whoever is elected, it all comes out the same till we see that it's the Fed we need to stop. Hey, 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 fuck the Fed. Hey, 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 fuck the Fed. We need a president with balls, no matter white or black or female. Someone more than just another talking head. They have to stand up for our rights. They better read the Constitution when they hear the people cry, fuck the Fed. So tell your children's children, if we're still around to tell, how depressions were created by a few. How the people lived and suffered while the candidates debated till the people knew exactly what to do. Yeah. Hey, 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 fuck the Fed. Hey, 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 fuck the Fed.
Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The big, the wealthy, the real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. They're irrelevant. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media news, all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls.
And all the while the man has got an evil smile. He takes delight in what they gonna do to you. Bash your brains out with a club, break your fingers to the nub, and with a stroke your life is scrubbed.
when searching for the truth becomes a crime.
Pay particular attention to your luggage and personal belongings. Unattended luggage will, and personal belongings may be treated as a danger to the facility. Do not be persuaded by strangers or individuals you do not know well to take articles aboard your flight. You are also reminded that any inappropriate remarks or jokes concerning security may result in your arrest.
We danced, we sang the night away, we partied till the break of day, and nothing could have stopped us then. We lived as though our lives were in a dream, but freedom ended overnight. We gave it up without a fight. The dream has faded with the light, the greatest loss the world has ever seen.
Lock you up without a trial, deny your rights, and all the while the man has got an evil smile. He takes delight in what they gonna do to you. Oh, what they gonna do to you. Oh, what they gonna do to you. Oh, what they gonna do to you. What they gonna do to you.
We haven't had a very collective notion of these are our children. So part of it is we have to break through our kind of private idea that kids belong to their parents.
It takes a village.
Very interesting. I have no answers. I have questions. I know when I build something and I knock it over, it falls over. It doesn't fall down. So why did it fall? Why did they fall down?
We start from the beginning because this is a lot of stuff. You have a real issue with the fact when there's 19 hijackers they put up on the website, and like 5 or 7 of them are still alive. Yeah. Absolutely. So that in and of itself grinds your story to a halt. Grinds the official story to a halt. Right. Building 7, there's no way that building wasn't detonated. Everybody knows it. Nobody wants to talk about it except for the people who, from an architectural standpoint or an engineering point of view, just go, there's no other way this building came down. Nothing fell on it. There was not enough fire. End of story. Buildings don't fall like that. That's just stupid.
Those things for me that bother me is the hole in the Pentagon being too small for a plane. The lawn isn't mussed up, and the government's not showing the plane hitting when many cameras photographed it. At the World Trade Center, 3 buildings came down like demolition, and 2 of them were hit by a plane, but the 3rd one, they said, "You want us to pull it?" And they pulled it, and it looked just like the other 2.
What happened? It was an explosion. It was in the lobby of the 3rd explosion. The whole lobby collapsed.
What was it like?
Was it a secondary explosion?
Yes, it was.
That was the...
Yeah, definitely secondary explosion. We was inside waiting to go upstairs. And on the way upstairs, the whole fucking thing blew.
That's what you would hope, because this whole downtown area behind has been...
Did you think we were that stupid? Did you think we were men? Did you think you could fool us like you did in Baghdad? No more. Let's not pretend anymore.
how we fell from grace, the half-baked remnants of the human race, soon to be forgotten without a sign or trace. Another beer'll help me erase. Still I should have done something. Yeah, I should have done something. We've come so far, you don't know who you can trust. What can anybody do to stop the downward thrust? It's gotten way too big, it's heading back to dust. They tell me I should learn to adjust. Still I got to do something. Yeah, I got to do something. It could have been something. It could have been really, really something. It could have been. The bad boys only get a slap on the wrist. The whistleblower's sentenced with an iron fist. I'm crying as I live another Schindler's List. My orders were to cease and desist. Still I should have done something. Yeah, I should have done something. Still I got to do something. Yeah, I should have done something. It may be that the news is 98% fake. We may have long passed the point of make or break. It may be I'm too scared to be so wide awake. And maybe that's my biggest mistake. Still I should have done something. Yeah, I should have done something. It could have been something. I should have done something. It could have been really, really something. It could have been. It could have been paradise. It could have been something. I should have done something. It could have been really, really something. It could have been. It could have been paradise. It could have been something. It could have been really, really something. It could have been. I should have done something. It could have been paradise. It could have been something. I should have done something. Really, really something. It could have been. It could have been paradise. It could have been something.
Light them all up. Come on, fire. Yeah, roger. Keep shooting. Keep shooting.
lost in the storm. Memories of freedom, buried forever, a fruitless endeavor, the body still warm. Did anyone see? Was anyone fighting? It came down like lightning, a moment so frightening, it just couldn't be. So many have dreamed of the promise of freedom, then burned by the fire. A hidden desire was not what it seemed. Now is the time. Live free now or never. Empires may burn, but ideas live forever. Then comes the dawn. The storm always passes. The feelings awaken, a memory's shaken. There's will to go on. And out of the fire, a lone spirit rises and stands with another and calls him his brother and joins in the choir.
This is an open letter to all the oppressive governments of the world. To the presidents, congressmen, parliaments, judges, and police. And to the international bankers who have you on their payroll. To all those who seek power in order to destroy and suppress good people. And to all those who are just following orders. We are not your slaves. We are a free people. We have inalienable rights. They can't be taken away by you since you didn't give them to us. You may drug us, imprison us, and lie about us in the press, but you will never destroy an idea whose time has come. There's a new game in town, a game where honest people are the winners. Every few hundred years, mankind takes a giant leap forward in its understanding of the battle between liberty and tyranny. We are at a crossroads now. One large terrorist attack, real or staged, is all it would take for us to lose the last remaining freedoms we have. The time to act is now. We may never get another chance. We will no longer submit willingly. We are waking up. The American Declaration of Independence states that governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute new government. The Second American Revolution has begun. Ours will be a peaceful revolution, for we know that if violence does break out, it will more than likely be someone on your payroll pretending to be one of us. And that the media, also on your payroll, will report how violent we are in order to get public opinion against us. But public opinion is changing. Congress's approval rating dropped below 10%. Alternative news has a larger audience than the major networks. The public's eyes are opening wide. We are waking up. And to the international banking cartel who start wars and destroy economies at will, to you who are so fond of numbers, here are some numbers you might want to think about. We outnumber you millions to one. We know who you are. We know what you're doing. Game over.